Good people. What's going on? This your boy Biggz. We back. Season 4. I thought it was season 3. Actually season 4. You know what I'm saying? So this will be this is gonna be season like you've never seen before. This year I want to focus not just on entertainers or people who are in the industry, but I want to focus on the people who are the real movers and shakers. You know what I'm saying? And my first guest this week, I got the king of the black cars. We got say your name, but I didn't mention that. Yeah. Parrott Transportation. I know y'all see him in Atlanta all around. You be like, man, I want to move in that car. Well, if you didn't know that one of the top ones is actually owned by African American, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's Parrott Transportation. So I want to sit down with him, get him in here, do some inside scoop, like how are all the businesses you get into the black car game. You know what I'm saying? So this so he do celebrities, business owners, all kind of walks. We're gonna get into that. He also got two of his top drivers with him.
Great.
Mike. So as you see, it's gonna be a good one. Y'all sit back and enjoy it. Because I want to welcome y'all to the media show. Let me sit up a little bit. So should I call you Parrott? Should I call you Raphael?
Either or.
Okay, so I'm gonna call you Raphael.
All right.
So Raphael, me and you met on Instagram.
Correct.
On one of my other shows I do on Instagram. Where I toss your story is very, very, very unique to me because you told me that you started with one truck.
One truck.
Mm-hmm.
One truck, and it was just me with one truck.
Uh-huh.
And then after that one truck and me, I do have a day job. So during the daytime, I figured that truck would stay running.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy because the first truck I bought it to do Uber Black. Mm-hmm. So I got a taste of that money with the Uber Black, and if you talking about the less you make was like $50. So I was like, wow, that's a good little lick every time you drive. So so I was trying to find out how pretty much to keep that car running even while I was at work. So it's so crazy because I had a driver that was smaller than Craig and Mike, and he was posing as me as Uber. So I'm probably the reason why when people do Uber now they have to do face recognition now before they do driving because we got away with it for a long time. Of course, I'm a big guy, and this guy's smaller than Craig and Mike. So the thing is so people used to question me, like, hey man, your picture, man, look like you lost a lot of weight. Like, yeah, man, my wife, we having problems, and I need to lose a lot of weight.
Okay, that was he bald and he was go.
Yeah, bald head. He matched. With just the weight. The weight vary was was kind of off. So so a couple of times Uber caught up on it. Probably did a little sting on me, and they'll knock it off. And he wasn't working at all, so he was running the truck like pretty much from like 9 to 5, and then I get in it, and
okay, let me cut y'all. So let's break down that. Okay, so you was just paying him a percentage of the drive.
Correct.
Okay, what you want to say what the percentage was?
I don't. It's been so long ago. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was, but I was fair. Mm-hmm. So it was split 3 ways: the vehicle, Uber, and you. Okay, it was the vehicle, the company, and then the person. So of course the company had to make a percentage. The truck had to have gas. That was the only percent the car needed. And then of course you'll pay. Mm-hmm. So just think about it now. People getting $15, $10 here and stuff for Uber. That's because it's so many people doing it. But at first, when it first started, it wasn't like that. So Uber was paying a lot more per run, and you got a lot of runs because it's not, so many. Right, correct.
Well, I don't lie, that shit high as a motherfucker now. Excuse my language. Damn, you got it. Like, Uber used to be the late, cheaper than owning the car.
Right.
Not no more.
Well, since the pandemic, you got to make those adjustments, and for you to be able to keep drivers, you got to make that adjustment. And with me being a business owner, I have to keep these guys. I always bumping them up. And
so, excuse me, because y'all. So you drive full time or just
part time?
Part time. You drive part time also. So I'm how many days a week are y'all in the truck?
I'm driving 1 day a week.
Okay.
1 or 2 days.
Okay. And how y'all like it?
It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Raphael's good to work for.
Okay. Okay. So is it better than driving for Uber itself, or is it, you know what I'm saying, like?
I don't know.
I think so.
Have you drove for Uber?
Yeah, I drove for Lyft
Okay.
and Uber.
Okay.
And I'm not with them anymore, but I'm with you. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
great. Tell you
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
What about you, Mike? You drove for any of those?
No, I have a lot of friends that drive, and I have a daughter that drives Uber, but
Right.
we compare, and I'm way ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It works out.
To break it down a little bit, with Uber and Lyft, you're driving your own car, which means your own insurance is at risk, and any maintenance issues you have to recover. Whereas driving with a company such as this, all of the maintenance costs are associated with the business. So for me, it's a little bit simpler to drive with compared for.
Yeah, so it's pretty much all you got to do is just show up.
So
Yeah.
now you try to keep those trucks on the road all the time, right?
But we do keep them on the road.
Okay. So how many hours out of the day is the truck moving?
Oh man. So let's talk about that first truck that I had. That first truck, I bought that first truck from a car lot, and that truck had 200,000 miles on it. Nice truck, very nice truck, real solid. I drove it. I was like, man, this is a good truck. And they said, well, give us $10,000 for it. So back then, you know, $10,000, I had $10,000 to play with. So I gave them $10,000 for it, and then once I gave them $10,000, you talking about with the black car surge, I was making like $700 a week, $1,000 a week, depending on how much I was out.
Wow.
And-
So let me stop you there. So you buy a truck for 10 grand.
Right,
Just let me try something.
right.
So you making 7 to a grand. So you about 3-4 months, you in the black.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was going to go there. So if I was just saying, I'm calculating this on the regular on every day. So I'm like, if I can make this $10,000 back in 3 months or 4 months, then everything from that point is all a profit. So I drove 10, I drove 20, and I drove 30, 50, 60. Matter of fact, that truck really paid for itself several different times. And so with that one truck, I started meeting people with, you know, riding with the Ubers and stuff. And a lot of people liked the service. So I started running into people that had businesses also. So I ran into this lady that did a concierge service.
Okay.
And her name was Shantae. Did you ever meet Shantae? You know Shantae too, Mike. So Shantae,
explain to my audience what they did. You know, my audience is, you know, they.
yeah. So concierge service is a service that provides different services for some kind of company or some kind of outfit. So this company was called Urbanity. Urbanity had desk clerks for high rises. They had security. They did concierge breakfast. They did a lot of different stuff. They did cookouts for the residents and stuff. But the only thing that she had told me, she said, hey, I don't have transportation. Your transportation will make us complete. We'll be a real full-fledged concierge service. I said, that sounds good. So she actually had a whole building and everything with staff and everything. I actually was bought in as a partner to her service, and I actually had a desk and a phone there that I'd never been to. I've never seen that desk.
Stop right there, because I like to let things marinate to the audience. Right? You heard that? See that? I didn't never know they had no concierge business in Georgia. But nobody have a whole building even run stuff like that. See, there's a whole other world going on out there we don't even know. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
What I be talking about, like, you know, so I tell you, folks, you gotta inspire because you don't know it's a whole it stuff going on around you that you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, my brother.
So with this concierge service, I remember I met Shantae. I took her and her family to Mary Mac down on Ponce. And she was like, hey, you know, I love the service. Can you come back and get me? I'm with my dad, you know, so I'm really kind of particular who I let him ride with. I said, yeah, I got you. Just call me. So, I had business cards. So it was times I was doing Uber. I had to come off of Uber to go do a personal run for a person because I started picking up clients that wanted to just deal with me instead of Uber. So after we talked about, the business, and she got me a property, I think our first property was the local residence, which is some apartments on 14th Street, and they have college students there. They go to Georgia Tech. So we had this one vehicle there, and we started running shifts. Then she deals with a lot of different properties within that group that she works for. So when they build a new high rise, they say, hey, Raphael, we got 2 more properties coming. So I'm like, oh my God, 2 more properties. So I'm sitting there saying, what am I gonna do?
I need more vehicles.
I need more vehicles.
Yeah.
I need more vehicles. And I had good drivers, but at the point I didn't need drivers. So because I was a driver. So if I had somebody that can get in and swap out with me, then we're good. We just need some vehicles right now. Because with me driving, somebody else driving, that means they give us 2 vehicles a person per vehicle. So, but she called me and said, I got 2 properties. So I'm like, oh my God, we got 2 properties. So the good thing about it is, one of the properties were like, remember we had Spectrum? Mike, that was about how many minutes from each other?
Less than 5.
Less than 5 minutes. So we was able to double dip. So we was able to have that one truck to watch 2 properties. So I knew that,
So break down how that went. So you got a call, say, hey, the resident needs to go such and such.
Right.
And y'all pick them up, check them there.
Correct. So
now, how was it? Was that the resident paying for the service, or was the property paying for the service?
property management paid for it.
Okay.
So of course the driver's truck would probably look like somewhat like a little NASA something in there.
Mm-hmm.
They got 2 phones in there in that car. All right. Can't have both of them hooked up to the Bluetooth. So one of them probably had a headset, and the other one be like seat to the truck, right? Yeah. So it was times that people asked questions. They'll actually see it, but we used to have property names on the phones. So we had to take the property's names off the phone because the people seeing it, and they're like, oh, they're doing it for that property too. So we had to take the property names off the phone, and we put codes on that. Y'all remember when code red, code blue, and they had a paper that showed what properties code blue, code red, code yellow, whatever like that. So it ended up working, and we was able to handle 2 properties with 1 truck. So guess what? That next month, we got 2 trucks. I got to go see the dealership. So I started buying vehicles. I started going in there and started developing, good credit and stuff. I bought 1 truck. This first truck, I bought it, and then I paid for it, and then I came back and bought it. The second truck, I went and put some of that money from that first truck down on it, which was a good like 50% of it, and I had to make payments on that. So I used to come from the street, so I used to pay for everything cash, and that's not the best way to go when you're gonna try to run a business because you got to have some kind of credit.
Yeah.
So
me being a business owner, that was when I first started doing podcasting, investing in studios. Shout out to 222 Film House, my business partner Ali, and business partner Tone. You have to invest your money to where the money is working for you.
correct.
Like what I did, I just bought all this, I'm just buying shit, and I got staff for 8. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't set things up for it to work for me. So when cash is gone, and I'm not used to it, and there's no credit established, you know what I mean?
Right.
See, when you got the credit, you know what I'm saying, it floats. My financial advisor told me word like floating. Of course, you gotta have your cash flow, you gotta have your income floating, the way you get your ins and outs together. So now I'm going with that. So to give me the extra spend some money now, it's like nah, because I know that. I know now when you spend money, you gotta see it turn instantly. It ain't gotta be. Some businesses you can spend money and You know, it's kind of a long game. You can wait 2-3 years, but
Right.
in the service industry, like running a studio or doing video production, audio production, things like that, car service, when you spend that money, you want to see that. You want to see that them apps turning and flow back. So you know,
Right.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna get off that one truck because we already moved to 7 more trucks.
So now y'all at 3.
Yeah, we had 3, but that one truck, that first truck, is so crazy because that first truck I put TVs all through it, had refrigerator in there, generator. I mean, this truck you can take in the woods. You know.
Why you do that? Because you want them to have like you want to have an immersive experience.
Well, it's a limo service I was going for.
Mhm.
So I wanted to make that truck everything. That one truck that I had, everything. The truck driver truck, they had TVs in it. Like you did, though, right? So they was tearing the TVs up because after a while I started realizing people not even in the truck long enough to watch something on TV. You know, we might have some showing, but by the time they get to, you know, get the catch of what's going on, they out, you know, and the next person in. So I end up taking the truck, the TVs out the truck, the refrigerator and all that stuff. And I said, well, you know what he does is put a little cooler back there. We want to give refreshments. So that I got away from that. So let's talk about the other trucks. So I'm buying trucks.
What kind of trucks is it?
These are Chevy SUVs. Suburbans, yes. I have
I
a
won't
choice.
stop you there because we had this debate online.
Yeah.
Now you as a Chevy, you know, you a Chevy guy. You know I'm Ford all day.
Right.
Ford and Honda.
Right.
I live and die by it. But he said,
You know, you're gonna live without a Ford, though, right?
Now let me tell you
Mike, you got a
something.
Ford, don't you?
Yeah, thank you. That's a smart man.
I
You
mean,
know that Ford on.
but Mike ain't running the Ford like we run the Ford. Mike
Man,
ain't
you
running
can
your
beat-
truck like that.
Let me
Is
tell you something. You can beat that Ford like you stole something from your grandma. And every morning he gonna fire up. One of that Ford fire up. That's
Yeah, but I you know, he convinced me with Chevys. I mean, you know, I was a GM guy, but I like Ford trucks.
yeah, I think that's what I tell people. Ford got a better truck. Chevy got a better car. Except for much.
Well, let me tell you why I like the Chevy SUV. My drivers will give reports every night they come in with that truck. Service engine light pop on, something with the tire, something squeaking, whatever. They'll come in, service engine light. I go out there. We talking about what kind of car? Chevy.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
the computer reported a misfire in the motor, right? Or some gas you put in there. Chevy is known for having misfires in the motor rack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what was going on.
Right.
That would have been a Ford.
So let me. I'm gonna give Cadillac the benefit of the doubt.
This way.
Okay. Do you drive a Cadillac that we had?
Yeah.
Mike.
Yep.
Anything y'all want to tell about Cadillac?
Suburbans were better, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were.
But it's
Wow.
the same on the same frame. You know,
Yeah.
It's the same car, but what did the dash always show on the Cadillac?
Yeah.
engine light.
So you in this kind of business, you don't need a car that's gonna throw lights. You need a car that's gonna throw some people around, like move some people around. You don't need no lights because that can get expensive for you. So you definitely don't need that. You need a car that's gonna stand up to what you're gonna do. So we had those trucks. We had like how many locations we had at one time?
I think we had
5 or 6. Yeah, we had 5 or 6 locations, man. We had a location that was all the way out. What was that? Sugarloaf?
Yeah.
We had one in Sugarloaf. We had like
so let me break these down. So you had
these were
Sugarloaf.
contracts
So the contract, so you had to keep a truck
in Sugarloaf. Yeah,
Okay, so you went in,
right.
then you got the other ones in Atlanta.
The other 3 trucks downtown Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So we running. We up and running. We got drivers on driving. Mike will be down at the local. School has got a lot of events. So guess what? The other driver come over and help Mike out. Because we're a team. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, because you see me looking down at my phone controls the camera. So
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know that. I'm not dead. No, I'm just making sure.
No, we don't know. We ain't trying to figure out what you got going on. It's all right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we run. You know, we run. We're a straight team. And he'll call like if Craig was down, say, Craig don't never call me by my name. He always say boss. I'm like, Craig, start calling me boss. I'm like, why you calling me boss?
It's chain of command.
Yeah.
And so another thing, I kind of understand it. It's called these guys that work for me, they're not the average guys. They're above the average guys. Craig is military. We got state behind me, and I'm state. So we're all government workers. So we're being built a certain kind of way for customer service and know how to deal with people.
Okay, so let me stop you there because I have to interject. Military and state. Have you found that those type people are more conducive for this type of workforce?
Well, most of I have had drivers that have been outside of the state and the government and are here today.
See, because in this type of field, what I'm learning about building a team is you have to have. See, we hate the New England Patriots and the Alabama Crimson Tide and Boston Celtics, but you have to have people who are willing to be role players and play their position, but also appreciate their position. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about like I'm not saying y'all, but a lot of time in companies, you've been owner, like they want to like he said, you the boss. But everybody feel like I'm a boss. And when you have that type of approach and that type of business model, it never works. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a proper chain of command. When you're military, he used to taking orders. You see what I'm saying? You state, you used to taking orders and not getting your feelings. Nowadays, it's like people, people having a difficulty with taking orders from people, especially from,
People don't know how to bite their tongue.
Yeah, just like my wife, she didn't listen to me. She don't want to listen.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so go ahead.
So these guys, like I said, I can go to sleep. Like when my operation is going, I can go get some rest. Sometimes they tell me, like, well, hey man, you need to get some rest, Bob. We got you. I'm like, appreciate it. I mean, at first, when it's just that boss thing, you kind of sit like this, one eye open, one eye closed, but
it's like trusting somebody else with your thing.
But these guys right here, half the time I don't even know when they're coming back in. I set them up every night, and when they come in, they know exactly what to do. So I talk to them next day and be like, hey man, how'd it go last night? If something was an emergency, somebody that called me and wake me up, but they know I'm probably somewhere asleep.
So are your trucks 24 hours a day?
Yes, we're 24-hour service.
Okay, so your truck is with somebody company
we're doing work somewhere every day. And I actually have a truck that's at the airport that stays on a 3-man. It's a 3 shift, and it never comes in. Matter of fact, we did a what you want to call it, a driver retreat. Where I took all the drivers, I gave all the drivers SUVs with their families and went to the mountains. And my reason for going there was to get pictures, to do team player training. We did training. We learning how to work with each other. Which we already know how to work with each other, but it makes us better. So and then I got a chance to meet Craig's family. I got a chance to meet Mike's family, and we all had a ball. I cooked out food. They chipped in to help me. And it was like, man, we can help you do. I said, hey, this trip is for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I had some people to help me out. And my goal was to make sure that I was showing them appreciation. And it worked out. I think everybody had a good time.
So how long was y'all up there in the month?
We stayed for like 2-3 days. About 3 days.
Okay, that was good. You got to get away, turn your phone off.
Yeah.
So I can watch the instrument like you cook too, like me. So
we cooked. Hell, we had too much food in there. Yeah.
So you say you keep a truck at the airport and you there 24 hours a day.
Right.
So people, so your clientele is that diverse that they know. Oh, let me call Raphael. I need a ride.
Right.
Somebody's already there waiting.
Right.
Or they're on the way back.
Right. And so it's crazy because I use Uber to build my business, and now I turn around and use Uber to help my business.
So how you do that?
Well, when we get an overflow or something, and say a person can't really afford the SUV to pull up on you with a driver, because these guys, you have to pay these guys, you know. So I got to make sure that the operation that I got set up for these guys, once these guys are dispatched, oh, they on clock. So, you know, it has to make sense. So we got this thing where people just have to go to work every day. Then for some other reason they don't have a major credit card or something, so we pay for it. And we'll send them through Uber, or we'll schedule. We got sedan drivers also. These sedan drivers are people with vehicles, maybe black vehicles, like, you know, any kind of little luxury small little car, but they can still provide a service for the service.
Oh, so boom, so you got people who outside the truck, they got contractors. You say, listen,
Right.
hey Raphael, I need a ride, me and my old lady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no big truck.
Right.
And then whoop the whoop.
Right.
All right, Dan, I got you. Hey, Stan, go over and get that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Damn, so you get all the money.
Well, I'm trying to get my share of money. I'm not gonna say I'm getting all the money.
So how, I know you said that you work during the day.
Right.
So you at work and the company is really just doing it, taking care of itself.
Correct.
While you at work.
Correct. All of us have day jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many drivers do you have?
Well, I got probably a good 5 solid drivers now. But at one time before the pandemic, we're gonna talk about the pandemic too. Before the pandemic, we was able to go on a retreat, and all the vehicles up there, everybody was there. It was a lot more drivers, a lot of more business, you know. But when the pandemic hit, everything shut down. Transportation was the first thing to shut down. So we shut the local end up. The local ended up shutting down too. That's about the last one that before it got shut down. So the local is the one with the school. But when they took the college students out and started putting them virtual, guess what they did with us? They shut it completely down. So these guys here stood by me all this time through the pandemic, because guess what? I was still out trying to make jobs for these guys. Because I was saying to myself, hey, I ain't got no money for these guys. They're going to find something else to do. They ain't going to keep standing around Parrott Transprotation. My name, I started losing the T, then I started losing the other T, the O, and then the P, and the A, R. I started losing letters on my name. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got to, you know, these people have to pay for their stuff for their family.
People got bills.
Right. So, so what happened was I was introduced and mentored. That's why I don't have a problem with mentoring people for free, because I was mentored for free. I might have had to work to get the information, but I didn't have to pay for it. I had to pay for it through sweat and tears. So that's fine. So anytime my driver comes and say, hey man, I want to do this too. I said, well, hey, let me, I'm glad you told me that, so I can let you know the ins and outs. So I feel like any of my drivers can actually run this business by themselves. I can actually leave, and these guys know exactly what to do. All right. So during the pandemic, it came to a halt. So the rental car places started sending like 50%, 60%, some of them 75% of their rental cars in. So guess what you think I did then?
What you mean sending them?
Sending their cars back.
So
no, the rental car places, they really kind of somewhat lease these cars, and then they swap them in and sell them, and then get a new fleet. That's why they're able to keep newer additions of stuff there. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Okay, so when they sent all that fleet back, you know, because people stopped traveling. So this thing called Toro. You heard of Toro before? Where you rent cars on that?
Yeah, I've rented. So my son is addicted to
Toro.
Yeah.
So what happened is these guys started helping me dropping cars off. I became a rental car place, right? Yeah. And it got so busy to where when we did start back kicking in with business and stuff, I had to start taking cars off the app because they were snatching cars from us. And guess what? That snatched car, he might have been down there with the BMW, my personal car. You drove the BMW too, Mike. We even had a Toyota Camry. Did you drive a Toyota Camry before?
No, I didn't.
Mike, you drove, right? Yeah. So, but we still moving people. You know, my job was to move these people. And they might have had to move people in the BMW or something because one of the cars, either, we just didn't have a fleet.
Okay, so this Toro thing, Toro is taking over. Toro has affected Hertz and all these other companies because you don't need a credit card, you just need, the money. So I was thinking about Toro.
Mhm.
Right. Some financial guy told me, no, don't do it. It's too risky. You know what I mean? So, is Toro a legitimate business?
Okay, so let me tell you about Toro. If you got a car that you love, like if somebody take a door and hit your door when you at the mall or in the parking lot, you get out and look at the dent on. If you got that kind of car, if you got the kind of car that you come out and wipe something off of it like that when you see it, it ain't for you. If you that compassionate about your car, it's not for you. And don't get me wrong, I'm very passionate about my trucks, but my trucks work for me.
So basically, you saying is, if you ain't buying it to make no money, Toro ain't for you.
Correct. Correct. So I've had vehicles get wrecked on Toro. Remember one of the trucks get wrecked? And the good thing about it is Toro is a business. You got to understand, they got to make money too. And they got to be careful on how they pay out stuff. So I don't really like how they pay out stuff on the cars and stuff when they pay
out.
They can pay, you pick the insurance that you want for your car. You can get 50%, 75%, 100%. At 100%, they still, I think they still kind of nickel and dime. So the reason I say that is because if I was to wreck my vehicle with regular insurance, then I can pay my deductible and walk away. Toro, you got to work with. You got to work for this, that. It's a lot of work. But the thing is, with my business and my family, I have people that put cars back together. So I have people that paint cars. I have people that put engines in cars. So if you know somebody that can put a car back together for you from the rooter to the tutor, then Toro is good for you. Cause you understand, like if you take a car to the shop and they give you an estimate of the car, it don't mean that those parts can be found cheap. But if you know somebody that knows business, when it comes about putting a car back together, then they know places you can go get these parts and they're not expensive with that. Because every part that go back on the car is not new. It may look new once they paint, but it's not new.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So basically what you're saying is $20,000 worth of damage. Toro might say, we'll give you 17.
There you go. Right. But guess what? You probably get it fixed for 10,000.
Yeah.
You feel me? So Toro is another outlet. Okay. So
is Toro lucrative if they say it is?
I wouldn't put a high-end car on Toro because of course maintenance on a high-end car is very, very expensive. I would put a car on there that it's nice, but it doesn't cost much for maintenance. These Chevy SUVs I got, they can be expensive when it comes to maintenance, but they're not the most expensive cars.
Yeah, I know them brake jars on them short.
Oh yeah,
the brake jars, them tires, getting them on the chassis oil. What you gotta get your timing chain redone. You gotta get that the cooling system flushed. So the truck guy, I know how it go. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Boy, we got a question. They say is it difficult? What are the difficulties in the business by being a black car owner?
Okay. So the difficult part about it is, I would say, so I'll put it this way. In this business, customer service is very big. Okay. My drivers, they know I got a pet peeve for walking away from problems. Am I right, Mike? Like I've had these guys have gotten cussed out, all kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And they be like, "Hey, boss, that lady there, little crazy, or hey man, I don't know about him, man. He's a little wicked." And I listen to these guys, because guess what? People don't think we talk. Like they think that he works and whatever happened with him, we don't know about. But we all know about it because we talk. We have briefings and we have debriefings. So If it's a problem with Craig,
Y'all hear that military government shit? What if we do? What if it's like we get an overall? Go ahead.
well, I mean, it's very important to have this
It is.
because you'll have one client that didn't pay something. And in order for me, because Craig don't work all the time when Mike works. So in order for us to communicate with each other, we make notations in the phone. So when you call and you owe money, guess what it say? What it say when you owe money?
Do not ride.
Do not ride. And the person be like, what you mean? Why I can't ride or whatever? And then you like, well, some kind of way you got tagged in the phone. So if it's somebody that, they know pretty good, they'll go ahead and make the contact, sir, their boss, Raphael, Parrott. Do you know why they've been tagged? I say, yeah, I should do. Tell them to give me $20 more. And some people get it, and then some keep walking. And guess what? It is what it is. We have people that we tag because they want to run the service the way they want to run. They want to tell us how we work. But they don't understand property managers bring us in these places to create the service for the residents. So they can't tell us how to run it. They can tell us where they need to go, but they can't tell us how to run it. Do you want to share a situation that you dealt with before with a person?
Yeah, the one guy that I took, and he was complaining about every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was a client that because he knew the management service, he felt he had special privileges.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember that guy.
they can complain and said, "Oh, well, I'm going to talk to this person. I'm going to talk to that person." In the end, yeah, put on the list.
So what he's talking about is like a lot of these people that run the property that work in the leasing office, they stay there and they use the service, and just because they stay there, they feel like they can do it and tell us what to do and run us the way they want to run us, but they're not paying for it. It's the company that's paying for it. So they supposed to be acting as a resident too, just like everybody else. Mike, you want to share one of your situations?
Well, same thing Craig was talking about, but what really spurns it is alcohol. Alcohol get people, get them big miles, and, we can take it, but when you cross the line, Raphael gives us the choice. He wants us to report, but when you're in that truck, you're the captain of the ship. There's only one captain, and he gives us that freedom, and so we report back.
Do y'all feel like sometimes people who are affluent, they feel like that they have a superiority complex?
Sometimes.
There are some people that do ride and they'll know it. And I say, hey, these are the big wigs. And guess what? When I say it's the big wig, how you treat that person?
Oh, they're VIP.
They're VIP.
And those probably be the nicest people you have.
We've had some that be on the edge, but when we say a person is VIP, they cut the check.
Okay, they spend that bad.
Well, we know that they might not cut the individual. Well, they will. We do have VIPs that cut the individual checks, but we do have individuals that are VIP within the organization that we work for. So they may be marketing for the property, or they may be somebody that they have to verify pay and all that stuff. So they are VIP as well. So we tend to bend a little bit with those guys. Yeah.
Okay, so say like I be like, look, man, I'm taking my wife out right there. I want y'all to come get up on the high, take her, drop us off. I'm gonna call you with the thing, right? This for common folk, not no VIP, folk. Yeah. What they gonna cost?
Guys, will Biggz be considered with this event that we're having right now? Will Biggz be considered a regular common person or high dollar person?
He'd be VIP.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't even have to tell them.
Oh yeah, I already know. You see that?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it here. Because I don't like it. Listen, I don't like it. I'm not doing it. But I do use I use Little Black like 3 times a year. Usually like around me and my wife's birthday, or we going out to dinner. I know we gonna get drunk. You know what I mean? And I don't say that to people we with. Because, I'm not the kind of person that I know people with real money, and they don't act like they got money. Like they don't never talk about it. It's never like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I've always tried to be like, I know I'm not affluent. So I don't everything I do is like because people think everything you do now flex, so you put it on, but some things just like there's no other way to do it. Like know, and my wife kind of nice side people, so I'm not gonna have me and my wife. It's not a real side. This is my wife. I'm not gonna have my wife squeezing the back of my fucking Honda Civic.
Right.
You know, she's riding it. You know what I mean? So I don't mind ordering an Uber Black for us. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't ride. You know what I mean? One time we was with our cousin. I was like, nah, man. I call us an Uber Black. Oh, you can't ride a regular Uber. Well, like, what wrong? They don't have my wife. She don't got a hair done, a nail done. She don't want to be. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that. So yeah, I'm be reaching out to you. That's probably no good.
That's good. We looking for you to ride with us. You know when a person call us Uber, you know how they make us feel? When somebody call, how they make you feel when they call us Uber? We're not Uber. No. We're just saying like we are a scale above Uber.
That's what I'm saying. See, because I felt like the Uber, like I use Uber Black because it's more affordable for me. Because I know that what you do is step up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to spend that. Goddamn, get Uber when I come back. You know what I mean? But I'm also a supporter because you came on my show supporting me. I want to do what I want to do. So I told my wife, listen, I'm interviewing Raphael, Thursday. So around November, we're gonna be on my birthday around that time. We're gonna use and try and like serve because I think as black, I think as people, we gotta scratch each other back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like some of my friends seeing me, you know what I'm saying, use you like, hey man, who they ride with? My wife I can deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like for my beautiful Ali, he got things on moves with my buddy who make moves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not about my wife. I'm not about money.
Right.
I'm about relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the person. I'm never gonna call you and ask you for nothing, but I might. And when I call you, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel like it's about money. I want you to feel like it's a general connection. You know what I'm saying? So I think when money get involved in it, you get that thought before you answer the phone or like, you know what I'm saying? But how much is gonna cost me? Or can I manage? I take money out of the equation because I don't want nothing for free, from nobody because I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. So I want to use your show. I want people to see, and I think we got to support each other because the pandemic destroyed my business. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest with you, man, it's a blessing for any of us to have anything after the pandemic because can y'all remember when the pandemic hit? How did I seem a little stressed?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're looking at I bought all these vehicles, I got all these drivers, and the pandemic hit and we stopped.
How many vehicles when the pandemic hit? How many vehicles did you have?
5. Well, I had 5 trucks and 2 Sprinters. So that's bills, commercial insurance, and but these guys know that I shake. I mean, I be shaking, hustling. They be going out to go to the contract, and I be going out to deal with the private sector. And sometimes they beat me in before I get in from the private sector. We got some clients, man, that money ain't the thing to them. And I think everybody
they just want quality service.
They just want quality service. And at the end of the day, I think you'll deal with those clients. Mike has dealt with people from other states, and money was just it wasn't nothing to them. It's just they want that service. And I want to personally thank you guys on TV for the service that y'all have helped me with and helped me groom this business. Craig, I want to thank you for sticking by me. Craig, you've been with about 4 years? Yeah. Mike, I want to also extend courtesy to you for sticking with me. Mike works with me with the state, so we really know each other other than this business.
Yeah.
So, I just want to appreciate, let you know I really appreciate you. All right?
Okay.
And, I just wanted to say that.
You got to fuck with those that fuck with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part about life.
And then guess what? When we got time to let have a good time, we have a little good time. Yeah.
The thing about life, when we trying to go, we trying to go.
Yeah. Can I want to ask you one thing. If I had a pet peeve as an owner, what would give me two? What would be two of my pet peeves that I'm always stressing?
On time and dressed out, you gotta be dressed correctly.
All right, that's my can't give them to.
No,
Did you stay too?
follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
And I think the other one is not have an attitude. I think like with customers that have attitudes,
Right.
That's
Be
not
able,
how
be able to smile and walk away.
we can't go in
Because
there.
we
with
can
attitude.
address it afterwards. Yeah, right. Okay. So,
Somebody got a lot of pet peeves.
I mean, but these
That's
pet,
a joke.
High expectations.
these guys, like I say, I tell you, I can walk away. I can go on vacation. I know they'll call me, give me updates. If it's something that was questionable, they'll call me. I call them. If they're transporting, they know because we get talking. Like, there's been times that I be calling, and sometimes I forget. I call and get saying what I got to say, and then say, "Hey, Raphael, can you call me back on transport?" Because the conversation comes through the car. So, and they'll call me sometimes and say something, and I say, "Hey, Mike, I try to stop them." Something like that. I say, "Hey, they call me back on transport." He say, "Oh, okay." So that's the code, not to get too loose. And it's been times that we forget and they get loose and people in the car start laughing. Because that just shows our we like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pandemic, you have 7 vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you lose any vehicle post pandemic?
I did.
Okay.
I
So you
did.
still got 7 vehicles now.
Yep.
What's that insurance bill like? Because we was me and two of my friends started out with the trucking thing. Right. Okay. So they
I'm
went.
not gonna.
They went on the They went a little longer than mine, so they got like 4 box trucks they had. And I think that the damn payment on the truck, and then it was like another 2,000 for just damn insurance before I didn't get this bitch rolling. Brother, I overhead, I ain't ready yet. So I don't imagine what your damn. You got personal.
I'm gonna get right. So, and guess what? That don't really make a difference when you got this. They give you a couple of dollars off every car or whatever. And I got several different insurance. I got commercial insurance, then I got regular car insurance. I'm gonna give you a price of one SUV on commercial, and then I'll let you do the math and let the audience do the math on how much it is for the larger vehicles. But for one SUV, I pay like $510
commercial.
Yeah.
I ain't bad.
for one truck.
Yeah.
But
Well,
hold on. Now hold on.
I pay more than 512 for one SUV. It ain't no shit.
Right. And so you think about that, one Chevy for $510. So if I got 5 SUVs and 2 Sprinters,
So you pay about $25. So you got excuse my language, them bitches got to be running.
they got to be running.
They got to be running.
Right.
Now with the Sprinter, that is a Mercedes.
Right.
So the maintenance is a little higher.
Yeah.
How often do you have to get those maintenance?
So just recently I had put it in because we had a vibration like when it started driving. So the drive shaft needed to be replaced. And it pulls a lot of people. So the drive shaft and some of the control bearings up on the front of it needed to be replaced. It cost probably like $4,700 at Mercedes. Yeah.
5 racks. I can use that right now. Damn. So what would you say this you took it to?
The one on what is that? Piedmont.
Well, you know what?
The one.
You were real close to the Cornell. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that off camera. You know how you niggas like it. but what's that down prosecutor?
The lady.
The lady, what's her name?
It ain't.
Fannie Will.
Fanny. Fanny, got y'all young there. Hey, so I should be good at night. I know if you come out there fucking with me, Fanny is on your ass. Yeah.
So most of my drivers too, they're on drivers. You probably never know it. I don't know if you got your arm on you yet. And and Of course, you asked me, do I got it right?
I know you
You know I got it right. So we're very our clients.
Why do y'all feel like y'all gotta have a fine on y'all?
Because we got to make sure that our clients get that safe. When you put your life in our hands to be your driver, we make sure you're safe.
Has that been any instance where you had to discharge firearms?
No.
Have y'all had to draw?
I have had to draw before. These drivers, they will draw, but they're probably more skeptical about situations of drawing their weapon because they know how I am. You know, I'll be like, I'll probably ask that question, was it necessary? But
Okay, Mark. I gotta come in.
okay,
I got you.
somebody want to
No,
ask?
no. He supposed to be coming. He wants somewhere. I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, we have high dollar customers. Like, I think Mike has traveled with a customer, and he's high dollar. He was a candy guy, right? Mike. They grow the marijuana in California. So we don't allow smoking in our trucks, but we will pull over and let you smoke. And with the respect to that is because we're all government workers. We got a lot more to lose for you to be smoking in our vehicles. But we will pull off somewhere so you can,
Indulge.
yeah, indulge, So
So when the law becomes legal, will you let them smoke then?
probably not. Probably not because in so many words it is legal if you got different conditions. But our job say they don't care what we got going on, right? Yeah. Same thing in the military, right? Yeah. They don't care what we got going on. And at the end of the day, we're disciplined enough with the government to do what we need to do, and also, I guess to say, do for Parrott Transprotation.
And some people, don't agree with, in other words, they don't want to get in that's smoked up. If you got a private side, to take them in, and then you got to go get somebody else.
Oh my God, man! I used to probably smoke a little bit back in the day, man. And you spray a little blunt power in there, and it be down. This stuff that they smoke now, oh my God, we were renting trucks out. We'll rent trucks out. I have a car detailed and everything. And the driver come in and say, "Hey man, the car smell like?" I said, "I know, man. I've been doing everything in my power to try to get that smell out of there." I mean, it be in the carpet, it be in the leather.
Yeah, you gotta get it. You gotta get skin clean and.
I mean, it's a bit much, man. Because when I say it's a bit much, because these trucks are moving, like they are. As soon as these trucks come in, sometimes we only have enough time to pick the truck up and put it back out. So we don't really have time to do steam cleaners and all that all the time. Now, when the pandemic came and the drivers are required to where they have. Do you say you want to tell two things that you were required to do during the pandemic? I know they had a lot of stuff they was required to do, but just give me two.
wear a mask and spray clean.
Okay. All right. So give me one
Y'all
more.
still do that now, or?
Yeah, we spray it, wipe it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing about the pandemic taught us, man, it taught us that we wanted clean as we thought we would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it get hard. Damn, something's rude now. So do y'all allow people to wear those other kind of masks when they get them?
They wear what the hell they want to wear.
Okay, they are.
But we make sure.
I feel none of them folk got the mask. I can't see them with your eyes. I don't like. Ain't somebody want to go behind. That's somebody the whole
the
damn.
one
That was ski man when I was coming on. I think wrong.
Right.
I'm like, well, you want me to? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
So let's talk about that. We're a very upscale company. So before these guys are really starting to be picked up that have these ski masks and all that stuff, they're really checked out. Like most of the time, if it's a person coming with some game, they're not gonna pay you. They're gonna come with the game. So when my clients use our service, they pay up front. So if you're gonna try to hit a lick or something, or try to do something, that's not right with the company, then you're gonna end up paying out the pocket first. Now, if it's worth it for you to do that, then do what you do. But we check out everybody that comes across my my business. They have either rolled before, and we know them, and we do have people that do pay also when you pick up. That's because maybe they got the cash and say, well, I can just keep the cash. And the drivers, they'll take the cash and, put it in the bank for the business. So we're not really worried about that. We run our company with the faith of God.
So you were paid first, then?
Yeah.
So before Big Chevy get moving, you been paid.
Yeah. When we show up, show out. Because we already been paid.
So you drive good, but they know I ain't gonna worry about my money because I know I'm making money.
Ask them.
Yeah. No, they shake their head. They gotta say that. I know a man paid good. So I want to work for you too. You think somebody clean the tires or do them? Because I don't tell you something. We can't drive nobody. Some people you see, you don't get to yell and talk shit to me and think I'm finna be like, you don't walking away. You might get your ass whooped and put out.
Right.
Have you had to assault a customer or defend yourself?
Well, I've never got an altercation. I mean, a physical altercation, but I've put people out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Several
That's
times.
good for you.
Yeah. It's ways of doing everything. And staying professional always is gonna be the way. We've had a lot of I've had things that happen. I call them if you've been to them, like saying like, man, you don't know, and they'll be like, you all right, boss, we need us to come. These guys are, man, I love these guys to death, man. Like I might sometimes use my own service to go out. Like if I want to go to a landing station to hang out, go eat. I remember one night I was downtown. They dropped me off downtown. I said, well, hey, y'all, I'm gonna ride with y'all tonight. I had made a call for somebody to come get me. I think Craig was busy, and Mike, one of y'all was busy, right? But anyway, I made a call. Both of them showed up. So they was that's love. You know what I'm saying? That they was coming and make sure like you good, right. And you got to treat these guys like they're human. Me knowing that I may be the brain of my business, not meaning I'm the brain of everything, but I may be the brain, but these are my engines. And without my engines, I'm nothing. Okay.
Okay. So you also have Airbnb.
Correct.
So let's talk about that for we. What made you want to get the Airbnb game? Was this so the truck paid for to start all this other stuff?
Right.
Okay. So let's talk about
The very first truck drove all this stuff to different levels. So most entrepreneurs, if you want to get that ticket or become successful, you got to have all different kind of outlets. Whether it's cooking food, I know you cater to. We cook. We haven't got. We was about right before the pandemic. We was about to start delivering food, but I'm warming people back up to that because that's why I'm posting it on my page. But you got to have different avenues. Now, a good day for me is when I look out there in that yard and don't see no trucks, or look out there on that lot, see no trucks and no Airbnb space. Our Airbnbs are full.
How many Airbnbs you got?
Right now I have 2, and I'm working on. I got some other properties too where people stay, and they're not Airbnbs. People that have been staying in these properties like maybe 10, 15 years, something like that. So,
what side of Airbnb from?
5 minutes from downtown, on the outskirts. 5 minutes from downtown. So why you like that?
Cause I'm a hood nigga. 5 minutes from downtown could be somewhere you don't want to stay.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you got the new gentrifying and the Grant Park area.
Oh yeah. I still ain't like that.
Right. So
I stayed off. I stayed in a house, at Grant Park, like right behind. It's like trying to turn it. Okay, you know where Ozio's, the pizza place,
mm-hmm.
the street right on the side of there.
Yeah.
Go down there, right, go to the Grant Park right there.
Right.
I stayed like right there. So I stayed over there for 6 months. I want to kind of like that.
Did you own that house?
No. I have the only house I ever owned was in Conyers, and I was upside down. I sold it.
Okay, so that house that you stayed in, right?
Mhm.
That house probably back in the day, $40,000-$50,000 to buy that house. The area now, over in that area now, those houses that went up to like 250, 3,000, 300 thousand. They're way up. Yeah.
So I think when I'm staying there, I pay like 31 a month. You know what I'm saying? It was 6. You know, it was cool because I wanted to be like city vibe, but not necessarily in the city.
Right.
And that still wasn't good. So like right now where I'm at now, it's kind of like city, but still like my son can go outside and play in the yard and I ain't got to worry about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm on. So but I don't. In the next year, I'm thinking about doing some different business ventures, like diversifying my things. So that's why I'm asking you about the Airbnb and car business and things of that nature. Because next year, you know what I'm saying, I want to do something outside of my normal realm of what I do. I'm not going to be Airbnb. I'm not going to be Toro.
So let me also say, everything I've done, God is good because He's put people in my path to mentor me, and it didn't cost me that. I got a guy that mentored me on Airbnb that I never met.
Online.
Just talk to him on the phone. And, it bothers me because I'm like, man, I want to meet up with you, man, and, take you out, take you to the club or something, And I never met. I mean, he's always busy, and I'm kind of busy too. Our schedule never.
He's here.
He's here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a real sharp guy. I was introduced to him from a female that I know, and I've been talking to him. He called and check in on me, and every once in a while I call and check in on him. But I never met the guy. I couldn't even tell you if I was standing beside him right now, other than the picture that I've seen of him. I couldn't tell you if it was him. So that's all. I really admire that because that didn't cost me nothing but my time. And even with Toro, I had somebody to mentor me. So that's why I don't have a problem with mentoring people that actually want to know the information. I had even when I was talking to you on live one time, and you was on there with Backdoor, and y'all was asking questions, and I got off to talk about the Biggz a little bit. It was a young lady that hit me in my DM and was like, "Hey, I want to start a transportation business."
Yeah, okay, I sent it to you.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember her name, but she did.
It was Jasmine or something?
Yeah, that's it. She wanted to do healthcare transportation. And so I did talk to her briefly, and I told her about, we're going to be on today. So it'd be good. Maybe can answer some of the questions for her. Yeah. But she feel free to call.
Yeah. So what happened was boom. So initially, my wife was doing dispatch. I've done Amazon and all that things. Mm-hmm. So when she contacted me, I thought she was going to do like some trucking things. She wanted. Right. I think she was trying to do something more in your field. I sent her your way.
Looking out, I appreciate it.
See, everything about the way we did.
I appreciate it.
You didn't know I did it.
But that's a blessing. Because when you bless people, it come back. Like when I promise you, and I want to talk a little bit about that because I don't know what's the time on your show. I want to say some encouraging things to people that are in the street because I haven't always been working for the state. Mm-hmm. I used to do things in the street that I sit back and think about that could have taken my freedom away from me. But I was able to survive it and get out of it alive and be able to still be an entrepreneur and still have some things.
How long was you in the street, Raphael? That's cut the crap.
So I was about 30. So I was about 30 years old.
So you didn't have no job till you were 30?
I did, but I ain't stayed, because it didn't make no sense to me at the time. So I've had different kinds of jobs.
So when did you know it was time to leave?
It was time to leave when I got 30 and started getting sick and started having a little health issues and stuff. And when they send that doctor bill and you ain't got nothing but you to pay. So, I say, oh man, I got to get this insurance. I got to change. I got to do a lot of stuff different now. And I just want to say, if you're out in the street and you're able to manage money with your hustle, it don't matter what your hustle is, but if you're able to manage money with whatever hustle you have, then you can easily manage. I say easily. You can easily manage it doing it the right way instead of the wrong way. You just know how to go outside the box and get all these different kind of permits and different kind of certificates and insurance, all this different stuff that they're gonna require. The government is gonna require for you to be able to operate. But once you get that stuff under the handle, then it's you against the world.
It's just like I was on live the other day. My mom was like, I was like, yeah, I was telling her I got audited. You know what I'm saying? From my taxes.
Right.
She was like, why don't you have to pay tax? Like, like I want to pay. Like you got to pay. I have to. You got to keep. I just keep putting money in these accounts. Like doing catering, like filming shit, and I ain't got to pay.
Right.
I got to pay nobody.
Right.
Yeah. She's like that. I said, yes, my mom was working. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah. You got to pay your dues. Everything you think about it, even in the streets, you got dues you got to pay. Like you got somebody to answer to in the street.
I feel like by me being someone who I feel like I waited too late, but it's never too late.
It's never too late.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's all about dedication, and that is the purpose of my show. The purpose of my show is to put me in the room with people who would normally sit down and have a conversation with me because of where I was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an analytical person. So I see what's going on. So in order to get where you're going, you gotta be around people who are already there.
That's correct.
So when I sit down on here, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory, right? If you don't mind, right? So in 2017, an app came out called Anchor, right? It's a podcast app you can do on your phone. I was always, the different kid in the hood. Like I listen to Neil Boards, Rush Limbaugh, what I'm saying, talk radio. We've been in the hood now,
right?
We all doing hood shit. Like I mean, what I'm saying, but I don't man, you go check out see Neil Boards. I'm like, who the fuck is Neil Boards? Like, what's wrong with this nigga? Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I just thought about it kept me in the know. And I, you know what I'm saying? So I remember I was first doing the hood to get a high definition TV. You know what I'm saying? So like they come out, they want that shit was fake, you know what I mean? So I've always been like living too live.
Right.
So when the app came out, I tried podcasting. And just something like that. I knew this was the next way.
Right.
Because I'm a free thinker.
Right.
And so I did it for a couple, money. You do something to put it down. The money.
Right.
And so 2020, I had a conversation with my wife. We was out to dinner, and I was like, man, I'm thinking about starting a business, man. Like, what I'm saying? I'm trying to. I'm thinking about time. You know what I'm saying? She was like, we had a conversation. And so for Father's Day, we went. I had to go out of town. So when I came back, we went straight to Florida.
Right.
My wife. Took all the fathers down to Florida. Had a little house pool. Kick shit. And cool. How funny y'all did. My wife said I want to get your Father's Day gift. Everybody know I'm a sneaker head, and I like cute things. She bought me a business license for Allerton West State Media. That's not my media company. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been like buying cameras and I'm doing a thing, but it was like, I'm just doing it because I'm still, you know what I mean? And that kind of made me be like, oh shit, I gotta do this shit.
Yep.
So I met with some of my friends, like y'all, who doing, boy got a studio, and I've been podcasting for over 2 years now. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. You was doing it before, but you stopped. Or you started it, but you didn't go away. You kind of put it down for a minute.
Yeah, I put it down because I didn't understand how it works. I was just doing it for a little.
Yeah.
Now I know how it works.
Right.
It's crazy that people be calling me now because like I'm the hood techie nigga. I'm not the hood techie guy.
Yeah.
So it's like how I control my things. Like they like, why you do that? I don't like it. That's not good. You know.
Right. Right.
Honestly, I'm the first person out there. I got like 5 of my friends got podcast on the first one stream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like right now we streaming live. You know what I'm saying? We why do it live because people like it don't matter if 2 people watch it. Right. 2 people are gonna watch it, like you probably get like 500-600 views tomorrow. But you catch the right person at the right time, and you never know when it's gonna go viral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I immerse myself in there to where now all I do is people I have a network. My business partner I lead, my other business partner. Someone want video or artwork or I do logos. All I be doing, I do it myself. And see, like I design these logos. Like I'm self-taught. This is not I went to college or so I use the top of the line software. I got top of the line computers and everything. I spell your name wrong because I was doing 3 things at once when I was doing it. I'm like, that's not keep making up the damn man name. It's like I use talk with text when I text, and sometimes it's autocorrect. So I'm always got to be doing 3 things. Like what I mean, I might get a catering order, so I got a catering order out. Somebody need somebody to come film. Like this morning, I had to get up at 9 o'clock go film a skit. Then my other partner, I'm supposed to go film him at 11. He canceled it. You know what I'm saying? So before most people even I would make me a couple $100 back at the house. Then the office that I work for, they always, you know what I'm saying, they might treat staff with that. You know what I mean? So but it just happened to be like my aunt's office one of the days they wanted something, and we got 150. What can you do? It's like, damn, okay, I don't get a quick with me to feed 8 people. Right, 150. Okay, I know what I do. Boom, you know what I mean? So boom, then I had to make the flyers for the night, and I had to go online, set up a video, make sure everything was taking all the equipment. Boom, lock in my boy. So before you know it, it's 4 o'clock. I need a nap. You know what I'm saying? My mom home with that. So it's just like, I'm built for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about money right now, but I need money. What I'm on right now is trading. Because my oldest son is 29, my youngest is 40, and I want them to see that. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I had a conversation with my son the other day, and I was like, man, you gonna reap the benefits of what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to stay focused in your walk. You know what I'm saying? Like going to work every day, because when you first came home, you work for me. Right. You know where your kids work for you don't last. They don't really like work. They just want to get home. Right. So you need to go work with somebody else, right, and get it consistent, and let you be in business and stuff. So when you come back, you can actually be an asset to the company where we can grow. Right. Because right now you're a liability. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so like, you go on there working for people, you learn how to work, because when you come back, I don't need you to work. Right. I don't need you to play. Right. So don't quit your job. Right. You know what I'm saying? Work your job 6 months. Right. A year. Grind it. Then when you come back over here, I said we locking in. But when I started having you get a paycheck, I don't want to feel like I'm just down there open to my front door and throwing money out the goddamn money. Right. You know what I'm saying? You be an asset. So I said, because I'm building like so our plans is spring we want to open up you know what I'm saying, Trap and Plates. Y'all for Trap and Plate, we want a restaurant. So we got a little cult following now on Instagram. I'm going to a restaurant spring with my wife, that baby. I'm putting together, I got stuff behind the scene. I really can't talk about it, but I'm putting something together. Never been done with the cooking too. So I'm gonna get you involved in there too. So I tell y'all can't, but the girl we have to go to the camera.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, when I started popping these plates out, to these guys I cooked for before, so they know I can get down on the track. Amen. So, but when I started calling them in the office and say, hey, I got delivery. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna get their plate delivered. Yeah. And the thing is that's gonna be another level to my transportation. Yeah. So I'm gonna extend that to you. Yeah. So when you get ready to, pop off your business or whatever, all you gotta do is make that call. We sit down and talk. Yeah. We get you some drivers.
I got a lot of my little partners from the hood. They'll move downtown with it. I feel you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta too, right? I didn't even know these young niggas put me on, right? I don't even do the first time I talk. They Uber my food to themselves. You know that? Really? I didn't know that. And I said, man, I like, you gonna come? I like, man, give me. I like, never seen an Uber. I like, seen an Uber. Yeah, somebody the Uber just tell you put it in the back seat, and the Uber pull up, and I get out of the car. I'm like, impossible. And they pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, to all those guys, you can't be afraid of young people because they know what we don't know. You know, so all of the young boys.
They have the mind. They have the mind, but they don't think outside the box and take it and do something with it.
Yeah.
And you know, all I can say is, you know, with my experience, anything you stay consistent with, that word consistent is big. Like if you stay on top of your game, on no matter what you do, it's the same thing about people in the street. When your stuff starts getting low, you go get more stuff. Same thing. When the business starts slowing up, with what I do, you got to get out.
Yeah.
So you know, you got to stay consistent, and when you stay consistent, successful thoughts makes a successful business. Successful planning makes a successful business. Everything successful people that you deal with in the circle make a successful business. So anything that surrounded around success, try to be about it, try to be a part of it.
I tell people all the time, man. I don't mean to be preaching, but whatever you pray for, God's gonna give it to you.
Yep.
He's gonna give it to you. You gotta understand, you gotta be ready. Cause you can't say, see this was me and my homeboy, we arguing. I said, bro, you saying you want God to change your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you still want to get money. You can't serve too much.
Right.
Like you gotta come down and go up, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, it's like people who say, I want to be rich. But like you're not doing. You know, you gotta take a chance with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't taking no chance, like you know what I mean? Like you just go up your cubicle. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got a job, y'all do some outside. You gotta broaden your horizon. You know what I mean? So my wife, we had an argument. I'm being transparent. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look, man, I don't do bad about it, man. You know what I'm saying? But get over there.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, all this other shit, that shit don't mean nothing to me. I'm trying to get over there. Let me over to my with the M's. Million, billion. That's what I want. All the other shit superficial to me. Because money is only a tool to make your life different. That's all money is. Because the relationship that you have with your drivers, money can't buy that. But the money is what allows you to be able to deal with them and get that type of bond. You know what I'm saying? I tell you about time, money's not important. What you do with money is what's important. Because those relationships you build outside of money are always better than relationships you build with. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you another thing that I've learned. You remember I told you I work. I go out and do jobs too. But guess what? Everything I do in my business, whether I drove the spring.
Can you look at tell my wife that? See, we run a traveling place. She said, I ain't getting no money. Where the fuck you think the money going? The money we taking this money to like, I'm not ability to keep the shit going. You wanna I'm like, y'all motherfuckers don't understand the concept of how business works.
So I don't pay myself. I don't pay myself. I do jobs. I could be out 12 hours with a client. I can be out the next morning another 6 hours. I don't pay myself. But I can guarantee you one thing. When it's something I want, when it's something I want to buy, I go and buy it. And I don't question it at all about what I want to buy. I just go handle it. Because it's already paid for. I got money in the bank with the business. So
what is some of your indulgences? What do Raphael? What you like? I see you got in your basement. I don't know what the office. She like wearing like the media center.
He's talking about the office.
Yeah.
With TVs in the back. So whether we're in operation fully or not in operation, I have trucks out of town. People rent these trucks on Toro. So I'm watching trucks, I'm watching vehicles, I'm watching speed on them. I give you a call if you dog in the truck. I say, hey, the GPS telling me you're going too fast. Have I ever told you that, Greg?
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
You've told me where I was at.
Yeah. So, everything you see in the background, one is one of my drivers that was going there and
Shout out to one.
so all those TVs you see, it's got something going on. If it ain't got nothing but the weather, what's going on with CNN, what's going on with those drivers, what's going on with contracts. I'm networking. I'm surrounded around all this stuff. And that's my comfort zone, to be honest with you. Because these guys are my eyes and ears where I can't be. And the eyes and ears of these guys, if they're not there, who else got my eyes other than me? So I have to have all this stuff, around me to let me know where everything's at. So am I worried about a car going on tour not coming back? Probably not. Mike.
Yeah.
How many cars went on repo before?
We went and got several.
What's the repo?
Oh, we'll go get you. Yeah, we come. If
Turn
you got a car and you ain't turning it in, whether it's a Toro or it's a person that rented that know me, what we gonna do, Mike?
Go get it.
Pull up. You gotta
Pull up.
GPS on it.
Yep. Have you ever been on a repo with us?
I don't think so.
Mike, you always get the shit, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Anything wrong with that?
But I mean, we go get them. We go get them. I've
So I
had.
don't think you can ask the question what you indulge on. What does Raphael spend his hard earned millions on?
I don't know. Can y'all answer what I spend my money on? Tell the truth though. Don't feel like you.
Now,
I mean, I'm telling them to tell the
I
truth.
can say what I
They
think.
know. They know because a lot of times they be dropping me off at these places.
Yeah, you
Craig?
can hang out with the ladies.
Oh, you go to the strip club.
Did you say it again? Or something?
You hang out with the ladies, you go get some dinner with the ladies.
Raphael likes a good time, but he likes to serve people. He
Yeah.
really does,
That's it.
that's what brings him joy, I think.
That is
So in the
true.
hood,
Did
we
that
say,
answer your question?
in the hood, we say your PB are high. No. But I was thinking, like, are you into cars, like luxury cars? Are you into like sports? Are you into like clothes, sneakers, stuff like that?
My everyday, Mike, when you see me come to work, what's my everyday uniform?
What you got on now?
Black.
Simple.
Real simple. Mike, do you know why? I'm reading them asking Mike because Mike, we're
See each other every day.
Mike, do you know the reason why I wear black all the time?
Because you never know when you gotta go.
I'm gonna steal that. You never know when you gotta go.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, I just want to say, guys, ladies, gentlemen, don't feel like you got to have money to start a business because you don't. But even if your pocket can't afford things that you want in life, you got to build yourself to where you can afford it. And your thoughts and your movement has to be always bigger than your money.
Stop right there. Run that back again. Say that again for the people all the way over there.
The thoughts and everything else other than your money has to be bigger than your money. So meaning that if you have big money dreams and big money thoughts, money is never gonna matter to you. It's gonna come. It's gonna come, whether you want it to come or not. So in my business, I was pushed. I can totally say my business pushed me, right? I mean, it was like somebody had their hand in the middle of my back, pushed me. And I lay down and I think about it. I say, wow, that's got to be good for the business to push you. So, but you have to get yourself to that position to where you Your business is pushing you and you're not pushing it. You have to push it first, and then guess what? You can sit back and take that ride. These guys been around me long enough to know when I'm stressing. Sometimes when they think I'm stressing, I'm not even stressing. I'm like, oh, Mike. I tell them, oh, Mike. I say, fuck that shit, Mike. Right? Yeah. Craig, what I tell you? Same thing, right? Yeah. And that's where I be at. And I say, shit, y'all come get me. I'll take me downtown to the Cheetah. Just drop me off. I'll call you if I need you. Sometimes I don't need to call them back.
Cheetah, oh yeah. He right. I tried it going. I'm used to going to the good spot. We don't tell you, I'm good. You don't ride, with the ID, you get it home. So I go to the spot. You can't get in. Hey, huh? What you say? 5 what? 5. I don't know, no idea. Hey, come on, boy. Y'all go y'all night. That's what I was going to spend to get up. That's what I was going to spend in here.
Yeah.
500 for no ID. Hey, baby, I'm not here. So you in there, I know you going to spend some money.
Yeah.
Why you like the Cheetah? So you like them slim girls?
No, it's not all slim and the Cheetah. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Cheetah, it ain't even so much about dancing. Food is one.
They say the food. So y'all always want to say the food. Yeah. Man, isn't that good, man?
Hey, I'm gonna pay. They got a steak and I call it filet mignon. All right. This steak don't even have a price on it. You know why? Because it's market value. So I might go in there today. I might get that steak for $59. I go in there when the market is crazy, stocks and stuff like that. I might pay $130 for that steak. Just the steak. But you talking about the steak that melts in your mouth? Yeah. And it's the company too. When I go to the club, man, it's so crazy. I got this thing at the Cheetah, and I take people with me sometimes. And girls will come up to me and say, "Hey, you getting something to eat?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just got here, and I'll be gonna got something to eat." They'll join me and eat with me. After I finish eating, they be like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, "They say, well, you want us to dance for the ancestors?" I say, "Yeah." So one of my friends was with me. She's like, "What are you talking about?" Let the girls know. So dance for the ancestors. I'm kind of picky. Y'all so picky?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm kind of picky, so I don't want.
Let me make sure no women are looking. When Mike, you say dance for the ancestors. Now listen to it. I'm gonna hit on that. So when I say go dance for the ancestors, so when they dance for the ancestors, it's a table with nobody there. And some of the new girls are like, "What they mean dance for the ancestors?" I had a girl that was out of, that wasn't a Black America that came on and said, "What kind of ancestors are?" And I started laughing. I say, it's your ancestors. So, it doesn't matter what ancestors, because we all got ancestors. Mike got ancestors, Craig, you, all of us got ancestors. But when I say dance for the ancestors, that means I want you to dance. I want to share money with you, but guess what? I don't really want you to put your booty in my face. I want to see it. But from over there.
Yeah. Because guess what, big? If it ain't mine, I don't want it all up in my face like that.
Well, I want to say something to the ladies at the establishment. You can put yours as close as you want, but I touch it. Because it may not be mine. It could be mine for the night. That ain't you. Hey, look. I just need, look. Let me shut up. My wife.
All right, we got Airbnb now. You need one.
I quietly slept in the mini car.
I got you, but it ain't necessary.
Because sometimes you stay with your wife, it can be so cold in the house that you warm outside, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Because they can make it,
Well, you know what?
Mm.
You married, right? Can you answer to that?
How long you been married?
Oh, shit. It's been like 10, 12 years.
I've been about 19 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Mike, you've been married, right? Maybe a couple of times, right?
Many times.
Okay. So the question is that what you said is kind of cold or wet in the house. What you said?
Married, it can be cold in the house than it is outside. I mean, a woman can make the house real cold for you.
Mike, you understand that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
See, Big ain't been married before. So
How old you is?
I'm 47.
Don't do it. Too late. Because marriage is a certain sense of. I'm not saying it because I don't think it's not even. I'm just saying, but like, at the age you in right now, you have to find someone that clicks in with you because you're not. You're used to not putting up with shit.
That's right.
That has nothing to marriage. Being gonna put up with that, you can't be married. I tell people that all the time. Like he knows. You got like, and in 2022, you got to put up with a whole lot of shit.
You know, Craig's wife was first to start working with me. His wife worked with me first, and then she bought her husband.
That's good. She got a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
both of them were good workers. I hate to lose his wife because his wife had to, kind of go back to being a mother and with kids and getting them at school and stuff. But I hate to lose because she and Natalie was sharp too. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something about the marriage. Marriage nowadays is way more difficult than what I think.
Right.
Because of temptation, because of the pressures they put on women, and women are not. Well, this is one thing I had learned about my wife. Women have evolved, and like so some of the things that you expect from like our mama them did, grandma did. Your wife ain't going for that. Like she,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like my mama cooked every day.
Right.
My wife ain't doing it.
Right.
I don't give a damn if she's at home. She's not cooking everything. I just don't want to do that.
Right.
What you mean you want to do that? I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. And I ain't no beater. I don't beat no woman. So I tell you that. And they crazy.
Right.
Women not crazy, man. You date. Right?
Well, you try to hook me up with
Yeah, okay. So you was one of the texts on I want to date on Biggz and Backdoor every Wednesday 9 p.m. on Instagram. So I did my part. You know what I'm saying? I just think.
So I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about that situation. That date didn't happen, but that I'm still being helpful to that person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it didn't have to take a date.
Yeah.
For them to really get to know me.
Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But today
Mm-hmm.
I did something for her.
Okay.
And she's highly appreciated because she thought that I wasn't wrapped around anything other than trying to see what's going on with her. But at the end of the day, I'm not that type of person.
Yeah.
My drivers tell you what kind of type of person I like.
Sometimes things just don't work out.
That's correct.
Now I gotta talk about him before we get out of there. Because I'm a mixing nigga.
Nope.
And I said, nah, I don't know anyway. I don't know anyway.
Nope.
Why won't you take happy serious?
I do take happy serious. The only thing I can say about Happy is that she who she is, and I respect who she is. But at the end of the day, respect goes both ways. And I never did anything or said anything to be disrespectful to her, and I expect the same. I'm a very professional person, no matter who I deal with. Even with my kid, I'm a very respectful person, and I expect people to treat me the same. And if it's not there, then guess what you do? You move on.
Hey man, y'all got it there. You know I wait to the end to ask about it because that's how I be. I want to thank, you know what I'm saying?
I figured you was gonna do that.
Hey man, I'm
you know why I like that?
What?
Because I can be messy too.
Yeah, exactly.
Can these guys tell? Can I be messy a little bit?
You showed it. If you notice, I'm very. This is my company. This is my company Instagram. As I went to media on this media show, so if you notice, I be on the King of the Ratchet. I do all that because and when it's something professional like we're doing a show, like on there because I want to look at something wet. But I just had to do that because people do some messy things online.
And I do messy stuff, but it's not the mess that I see.
Nah.
Not the mess I see on your page. I mean, it's a mess. But I'm just saying, I do messy stuff, and before it's over with, I give you the punchline and laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? But
see, he's talking to tell you, I don't know if people take their Instagram that serious because it's like, This is entertainment. We joke.
Right,
You know?
right.
I'm totally different in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like when you was on there, I was like, hey, I don't even know why this is that serious. Like I'm on here for fun, and I'm not trying to, make no enemies. Life got its own enemies. So, I'm on here, having fun. I'm actually, going through the method of the program and what you got set up because I'm here for fun.
Yeah, and I can tell y'all, man, last night was our most successful
viewing.
Well, our most successful viewing, you know what I'm saying? So we went over 1,000 people actually came last night. We had like 250 people consistently watching. So it's our most successful show. And it was the wildest shit you don't want to see.
It was really wild.
It was wild, but I kept it clean though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like we can have fun, but we gotta make sure we keep it clean.
Right.
And when people gotta be respectful, I got them out of there.
Right.
Because we're not here to respect nobody. We're here to have fun, wild out.
Did you find out who the guy that kept coming in with different
Somebody big guy.
They had a guy on there that he was just creating different pages to come in, and he was it was a date night for the guy, and he kept saying he wanted the guy. Oh man, that was.
I don't tell y'all that.
Soon as he blocking, soon as he blocking, he come like, yeah, he did, man. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Now, so shout out to so let me tell you, so there was our first one. We did a boy and a girl, woman and man. We got the man, we got one on the date. They going out Saturday. We didn't get Boski a date, but today he went out on a group date with Happy, and they was on live.
I seen it.
So I don't know if we get credit for that or not, but I'm just saying, if you want a date, Wednesday 9 p.m. DM the media show with Biggz on Instagram, or the King of Ratchet on Instagram, or Backdoor the Pimp, the most hated backdoor, or SCF the team on Instagram is Backdoor. DM one of us, you know what I'm saying? Or you DM one. You know what I'm saying? Hard one love on Instagram, and they're gonna forward it to me. I'm gonna set you up. We can find you a date. We hooking people up. I want to thank Raphael and Parrott Transprotation. They're not Patriot. Why keep fucking saying Parrott? You know what it is? I'm not used to saying black people laughing at that. I'm used to being stand with Wilkins. You know what I'm saying? So we want to thank Raphael and Parrott Transprotation.
Great.
Mike for coming on. Hope y'all been informed as I have. So this is an inspirational time for me because I want you people to see that what a real movers and shakers look like. They all don't wear gold chain. They're all not getting Botoxes and you know what I'm saying, and doing all this crazy stuff. This is what makes the real world work. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Mike. You ain't getting no Botox.
No.
I don't like that. He's
in
on that. But I'm just saying, these are the real movers and shakers of the great city of Atlanta that we all call home. I hope you guys enjoyed it much as I have. We're back next Thursday. At 9:00. I'm not gonna reveal who comes next week, but it is season 4. I'm gonna be ratchet, but I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm being this Raphael, this Mike. Craig. Yeah, well, that's a real black thing. What would I That's crazy. We out of here. Thank you everybody for coming. We finna get out of here. Y'all want to got Instagrams, or I know you got Instagram, Mike. Mike, you got Instagram?
Mike uses his wife's Instagram. Don't you like that Instagram? So what you gonna send a link to something? Because if you send a link, I can share it with his wife.
Yeah, I'm saying y'all YouTube.
Craig, you got a Instagram?
Yeah, I'm Instagram.
Also, Craig is doing training also. He does
training.
I'm a certified firearms instructor.
Okay.
So I can teach handgun, rifle, pistol, something.
Okay, so give us your Instagram. So if somebody want to reach out to him, and get some training, give us your Instagram. Look to that camera, give us Instagram.
My website is www.firstlegacybg.com, and it's the same for the Instagram, firstlegacybg.com.
First Legacy BG, what does that stand for?
First Legacy Business Group.
First Legacy Business Group. All right. And you say your name because I get it wrong.
Raphael Parrott.
Raphael Parrott. Instagram is Parrott's Transportation.
Parrott Transportation. Once you start putting in transportation after the two T's in Parrott, then it should populate. Parrott Transportation Services.
Populate, that's what I heard.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Trice, funerals, private service, you'd be surprised. You get respect, and it's not as expensive sometimes as you think. So,
Yeah. Hey,
Appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, hey, you don't see what I'm saying? See, you know why he got the money. Because when you get the money, you gotta have the right folks around you. So you don't see nobody around me yet because I'm putting it. Don't worry, the team coming. Don't worry. I want somebody like that around me. Hey, hold on. Man, what is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm big, man. Y'all know how I do, man. I just want to say, man, put God first in everything that you do. Stay prayed up. And no matter what you're going through, you're always going to get better. We out. We see y'all next week, next Thursday, man.